Alright guys, in this video I'm going to cover what is programmatic SEO. I'm going to tell you how programmatic SEO works. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of websites that have used programmatic SEO so you can see what you can do with it. And then I'm going to cover the basics of how to set it up. Now what I'm also going to do is make a more in-depth video on how to actually set up the entire process for a WordPress website. So all the technical aspects of setting it up. So go watch that video if you want to see how to set it up in detail. In this video I'm just going to cover basically what it is. So programmatic SEO allows you to use a database to make lots of pages from a template at once on your website instead of having to go through and make each page individually. So basically what this allows you to do is to make targeted pages for heaps of different keywords at once with a couple of clicks instead of having to go through every single page and make every page individually. So if you've got a small website, you're trying to make 10, 15 pages, it's not that big of a deal. But if you've got a massive website with literally hundreds of pages or more that you want to make, it's going to be very, very time consuming to go through individually and make all of those. And now the other thing is if you ever want to change anything, you're going to have to go in and edit them individually, whereas programmatic SEO actually allows you to make edits to the database and then re-upload the database or sync it again, and then it'll change all those changes on all these pages for you so that you don't actually have to do it. So again, I'm going to go into that into more detail on the video on how to set it all up. However, I want to make you aware of what you can actually do with this thing. So to give you a couple of examples of it, some of the two most famous examples of programmatic SEO are one, Canva. That's the first one. And if you take a look at some of their pages, you will see they've used this for these pages. So if we go into, like, let's say for instance, you go into business and you open a bunch of these, what you're going to see here is that you're going to find these pages that all have the same format. They've got this header up here with a main headline, then they've got a bit of content, and they've got these boxes, they've got these boxes, they've got this. You can see this is the same template used over and over again, but with different content on it. And if we go through, you can see invitation cards, exactly the same thing. Then we go here, we've got the custom mugs, exactly the same thing. So here, what they will have used is programmatic SEO to put all these pages together. Even the FAQ, you can do that as well. And then just sync it all and it will put all this data onto this page because they've got heaps of these pages on their website. You can see there's tons of them here. So that's one example. Another example is Nomadlist. So this is another famous one. And if you go to basically any of these pages that have the different areas, if you go to any of these areas that have the cities and you open them up, you can see that it's exactly the same format here with the different information. So what they will have done here is put a database together with all of this information and then just uploaded it and synced it to all these different pages. Because if you look at Bangkok, you look at Chiang Mai, you can see it's all the same thing. You see Buenos Aires, you can see Cape Town. Again, it's all the same information, but obviously these are all changed. And so that's an example of some things you can do. Other websites like Amazon, etc. will use it as well. So it's actually a lot more common than you would think on a lot of these big websites. Now, how it actually works. So what you do is you make a database in an Excel sheet or in Google Sheets with all the data you want to include on these pages. So things like the page title, the meta title, the description, H1s, H2s, the content itself, any images you want to include, etc. Depends how complex you want to get with this thing. And you make that all in the sheet. And you would have, the hundreds of rows with all the data in it. I'm going to show you an example in a second. And then you would make a page template in WordPress where it has the template and it'll just insert all that data for you when you upload the sheet. Then what you do is you install a plugin in WordPress which will import that database. So you would upload the CSV or sync it to the Google Sheet. It'll upload all that data and then that plugin will use the CSV to make all those pages for you. So I'll show you an example. I made a test website to show you what this looks like. So what I did is I made a Google Sheet here and you can see it's just an example. Let's say I'm making a website for myself that I want to do SEO for all these different types of niches. What I've got here is SEO for plumbers, SEO for lawyers, SEO for HVAC. This is the page title. You got the URL slug here. You got the meta title here. You got the meta description here. You've got the content here as well. And then you've got the image that I uploaded to the site and I put a link here. And so imagine you had like hundreds and hundreds of these. You could put that all together here in this sheet. Then you would download the sheet as a CSV. If the plugin you're using needs a CSV upload, some actually sync straight to Google Sheets. It depends how you want to do it. But anyway, you get that and then you would go into WordPress and you would install the plugin. So one of the plugins you can use is called All Import, WP All Import, and that will allow you to upload the file. So you would just go here, so you would just go there and you would upload that file, the CSV, and then what that will do is they'll upload the file and give you a bunch of options here, like for instance, if you want posts, if you want pages, however you want to structure this. Each plugin will have its own specific thing. It's just to give you an idea of what's going on. So let's say we select pages, and basically we're we're telling it we want to make the pages. So now it's going to tell us, you can see all the data it's pulled. So page title, URL slug, meta title, description, content, image URL, and then you can go here and just tell it to make all of these pages. I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again. You can see here, you can structure it the way you want it. You can have the page title, content, etc. And then you would hit continue, and then it would say import to all the pages and it would make the pages. And so now what would happen is in pages, you would hit that and you would now have all these pages here. So if I open these up, you will see all the data from that sheet now onto these pages. So you can see here, obviously this isn't formatted or anything, so it doesn't show up right, but you can see here we have the description content from there. It's put the URL here as well for the image. Obviously this didn't upload correctly, but it's just for this example. And it's done the same thing. You see these different, this one I played around with the template a little bit, but you can see it's got the H1 headline I put in. If I bring this down, I'll show you the URL slug. You can see the URL slug here, Plumber SEO. That one's 2 because I had a bit of an error, but you can see here as well, Lawyer SEO, SEO for HVAC. So it's done the URL slug, how I've input it as well. This one's got the H1 headline as well, the content, etc. So that's just a very basic overview of how this works, but you can see here how it's just pulled in the content. You can see this is HVAC specific. This one is lawyer specific. This one is plumber specific. So, you could go through and you can make a whole website of hundreds or even thousands of pages by doing this, and you wouldn't have to go in and manually make all of these pages. So that's it. That's the overview of programmatic SEO. That's obviously a very basic thing. This is a much, much bigger topic than just this video, but this gives you an idea of what you can do with it. And from there, you can make your site however you want. So like I said, I'm going to be making more in-depth videos about programmatic SEO. I just wanted to give you this beginner's introduction so you can see what the potential actually is here. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I will actually answer them. Otherwise, if you'd like me to coach you on how to do SEO or Google ads for only $49 a month, go to learndominatemarketing.com. And if you'd like us to do the SEO or Google ads for your business, go to dominatemarketing.io, book a call with us there. I'll catch you on the next one.